So if you watched my last video, you will see that I finally ovulated, and as of today, I'm currently in the dreaded 2-week wait. If this is the first time you're to my channel, I'm currently on my 4th round of clomid. I took 150 milligrams, but this time I didn't get an IUI or I didn't get a trigger shot. So it was basically natural, if you want to say that. And it was just extremely relieving seeing that my body actually had an LH surge completely on its own. But besides that, I want to just talk about 2-week wait symptoms, what I'm currently feeling at the moment or what I'm noticing at the moment, and I'm also going to share a few of the vitamins and supplements that I'm taking, along with a book, a really good book that I've read and where I got all of this information from, and I just cannot recommend it enough. So to start off with 2-week wait symptoms. Now this is what I find is just a little tricky, because I really feel like one of the worst things that you could do to yourself is to actually symptom spot. Because number one, the more you symptom spot, the more you're going to think about it. The more you Google it, the more you're going to think about it and just fixate on it, and it's just not going to help time go by faster. I mean, time's going to go by as fast as time's gonna go by. You really should just do whatever you can in the moment to just actually not think about it, to not symptom spot, because at the end of the day, no matter how much you think about it, no matter how much you Google things or compare, it's not going to change your actual outcome. Like, you're either going to be pregnant or you're not going to be pregnant, and there's nothing, absolutely nothing that you could do about that to help speed up your process or anything like that. But as of how I'm feeling, and besides, you know, the reality to the 2-week wait, the only thing that I'm noticing is my basal body temperature is extremely high, but I am also taking progesterone tablets, and I'm also taking just one oral pill at night. So in total, I'm taking 300 milligrams of progesterone. So I don't know if that's why it's so high. In my previous cycles, I had really, really low progesterone, so that's the reason why I'm taking it. But it actually looks like my progesterone is normal and really high, because a way that you can tell if your progesterone is low or your basal body temperature is, you're gonna notice that it kind of doesn't go to that above 98 degrees. For example, right now my temperature has been hovering around 98.50. I don't know what that means. I still have a few days until I can actually test, but that's just so far the one thing I've noticed. But I'm not going to look that much into it, because no matter what I'm thinking, it's not going to change what the actual outcome will be. Like, it'll be what it will be, essentially. So I really hope, you know, that little bit of a different mindset helps you along with your 2-week wait also, and kind of helps it become a little bit easier, because believe me, I know it's just so hard not to just constantly Google and constantly think about it. You want my true honesty? I've been pregnant 3 times, and with Mila, for instance, if I didn't take a pregnancy test, I would have had absolutely no idea that I was even pregnant. I didn't start feeling symptoms till I was like 6-7 weeks pregnant, and I found out at 9 days past ovulation with Mila. So if that just kind of puts things into perspective, yeah, just try your best not to, you know, dig deep into it, and just try your best just to live your life at the moment, and just remember that you're doing all that you can at the moment to try to conceive. Now with my supplements, or I shouldn't say supplements, well, technically they're supplements, right, or vitamins. A lot of them are just like a given that most people know about, and a lot of them I got from It Starts With the Egg book. So I got this book right off of Amazon. It literally is just like true, like it explains how it really does just start with the egg, and I've just gotten so much information from it. It literally will talk about certain toxins that you should be avoiding. It talks about diet, it talks about vitamins and supplements, and how to prepare for your IVF, how to prepare for your IUI, how to prepare if you're naturally conceiving, so pretty much everything. So to start out, one of the most important supplement that caught my eye was CoQ10. Now it's just like a little tablet that you take I'm currently taking 800 milligrams of it. The book recommends anywhere from 400 to 600 milligrams, and the full purpose of this is to help improve your egg quality. How this works, so think of it this way: your body is made up of cells, and your eggs are also made up of cells. So what this does, it helps provide better energy to your cells. So essentially it's going to help your eggs develop and hopefully be more healthy. But again, in the book it just explains it way better than that, but I highly recommend this. I've been taking this for about 2 months now, and the book recommended to take it anywhere from 1 to 3 months before an egg retrieval or before starting to try or anything like that. But just keep in mind, before an egg becomes a dominant follicle, it usually takes between 3 to 4 months for it, I guess, to rise up and become a follicle, because you're born with all your eggs and then they all, you know, become follicles, and then one is essentially picked as your dominant follicle that you ovulate. But this is just supposed to help the energy within your eggs and the cells and everything like that. So the next one that I'm taking is vitamin E, and what the book basically said, what it does is it'll help your uterine lining, I guess, just prepare itself for an embryo, so I guess help with implantation. Another one is vitamin D3. Now this is just really important for your overall fertility. It's actually been known that if your vitamin D levels are really low, it can negatively impact your fertility overall. Sorry guys, Mila's right next to me. I'm trying to make this video as quick as possible. So that's why I'm just kind of throwing out what I'm taking. I can't really fully go into depth about what these vitamins do. Just, you know, take this information and or read the book, or, you know, Google it, whatever. Vitamin D3 is just another thing that I'm taking. I'm currently taking 2000 IU. I had my vitamin D3 checked back in the summertime and it was very healthy and very good, but I was also out in the sun. Now it's winter time, so that's why I'm taking 2000 instead of just 1. I also am just taking pure folate. Something to remember: you don't want to take folic acid. And I know, like, when I first was trying to conceive, like, everything and everywhere said folic acid, but what your body actually needs is folate. You'll take folic acid and just convert it to folate anyway, so it's just, you're better off just taking folate. But again, just taking folate because we're trying to get pregnant, and hopefully if we do get pregnant, it will just help the development of the baby. And then I'm also taking good old fish oil. This is also just good for your overall health in general, but omega-3s are so important for fetal development in general. Now, the type of prenatals that I'm taking, the brand is called Usanna. You can find these right off of Amazon, or you can even go to the website yourself and get them. If you've taken prenatals in the past, you may or may have not noticed this, but for me, all these other types of prenatals that I just like bought off of Walmart or whatever, they got me really nauseous and really sick, and they also made me really constipated. And I just noticed that these don't, I don't have any of those type of side effects when I take these. So those are all the vitamins and supplements that I'm currently taking. But I just also wanted to include, I guess, like a review and like what to do if you happen to be taking these. But I'm taking endometrin. It's vaginal progesterone. I'm only taking these because of my history of really low progesterone. But one thing to know about these is they can get very messy. And don't think your body's just gross or anything. It's just truly the medication that's, I guess, whatever is not fully absorbed will come back out. And I notice it's usually like, it's not like an all-day thing, or at least for me. I noticed within like the first 2 to 3 hours is like when there's like the leakage. But this is what I'm currently doing. Just do yourself a favor, buy these pads. They're really like the thinnest pads that you can find, and I still actually wear a thong. I just line it to the shape of my thong and change it when I notice it's like, you know, getting bad. That's it, problem solved. I used to also take the Oral Progesterone, but it just gave way too many bad side effects like dizziness and really, really bad fatigue for like the first 2 to 3 hours. Like I felt like so sick, like for the first 3 hours, like I couldn't function basically. So that's the one thing about these. I don't feel like that. It's just that they're a little messy, but again, buy yourself the panty liner. Just, you know, act as if it's like your period. Just, you feel it, go in, change it, that's it. I really don't mind it. I guess since I went through those really bad side effects with the oral medication. I hope some of this information really, really helps you out. Again, this is just currently what I'm taking for my body. Now again, I'm just taking all this information straight from It Starts With the Egg book, and I've also done research outside of it, so that's currently what I'm taking. We still haven't conceived yet, but it seems like, you know, hopefully it'll help. And I'm going to be testing pretty soon, and of course I'll be sharing that with you guys also. But do yourself a favor, buy this book. I'm gonna put the link right into the description box for you. I think it was only like 10 or 15 bucks, like really cheap, but so worth it. And do your research on some of those supplements and vitamins that I'm also taking. Hopefully it'll help you out. And just remember, at the end of the day, you know, I know this is really hard. If you're here and you're currently struggling to conceive also, just know, I know how hard this is, and just, you know, keep trying. Try to be as positive as possible. I know that's something I personally struggle with, but just know at the end of the day, you're doing everything that you're possibly trying to do to help achieve your goal and trying to get pregnant and extend your family and everything like that. But just make sure that you're subscribed to keep up with all of my latest updates. I don't know if my next video will be announcing if we're, you know, pregnant or not. I don't know. But yeah, just make sure that you also click the bell notification so all of those notifications will go straight to your phone. But I will see you guys in the next video, and hopefully it's really good news.